next on the list is talking about our experiences in the Disney park itself and also Walt Disney Studios.
Which I keep calling Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, it's because they're quite similar.
Yeah,
so
you've got the same rides in. Ish.
Pretty much, ish, yeah, pretty much. It can be forgiven, it's okay. So, first of all, let's take the Walt Disney Studios because that's the park that we went into first. This is probably a bit of a no-brainer, but what was your favourite ride?
Oh, you're right, it's a no-brainer. It's got to be Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
First and last ride we rode in there. First and last ride we rode at Disney.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
First and last. I only rode it 5 times.
Yeah, yeah. We managed to get quite a few fast passes for it, but I would have queued for that ride.
Yeah, and we did once. This was the first time we went in, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't too long a queue though, was it?
It was like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's why we went straight on.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually think I've got to agree with that. I think that Tower of Terror was probably my favourite ride as well.
It's because it's not the same.
No.
Every ride is different, so you don't know what you're going to get. And then the cast members are really good.
Yeah.
We had one that was really, really freaky. It was so whispering and creeping around behind people and just scaring the life out of them in the dark.
Me.
Yeah, namely you.
Yeah. We actually were really lucky as well. One of the rides that we went on, we got to see the beginning setup video where you go into like this little room and it talks about you know, you're entering this Hollywood hotel. We actually got to see that in English, so only the once, so I think it must be once every, I don't know, however many. They do that in English and then just put French subtitles, whereas most of the other rides it's in French, obviously because we're in France, with English subtitles. It doesn't matter either way, I think it still builds a really good atmosphere. Yeah. But it was quite nice to be able to see it in English so that we could...
Because we were being lazy and didn't want to read.
Yeah, just so that, you know, we didn't have to think too much about it. So yeah, Twilight Zone, quatre dimensions.
Yeah, the 4th dimension.
Yeah, the 4th dimension. Just love it. Theming, ride itself, just everything about it is great. Just trying to think, what would you say would then be your second favourite?
What, Hollywood Studios?
Well, Walt Disney Studios.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. I know you're going to hate me for saying that. You know, a lot of like Disney hardcore fans go, you need to get that correct. It's a tough one. Really like Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else is in there.
I think my second favourite would probably be Crush's Coaster.
That was actually really good fun because we only got to ride it once, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, just because the queue for that is insane and it doesn't offer fast passes. So we had to queue for it. We went in extra magic time, and even in extra magic time I think we queued about 40 minutes because everyone has the same idea.
It was worth it.
Yeah. Because
beyond that it's 90 minutes to 2 hours. People just queue up
throughout
for it all day.
Yeah, exactly.
So Disney, if you're listening, please make it fast pass friendly.
Yeah, that would
please.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? Okay, so still in the Walt Disney Studios, what do you think was your least favourite ride?
What do you think?
I think mine was probably the Backlot Tour.
Oh, see, I really enjoyed the Backlot Tour.
I did enjoy it. I really like the bit where you go into like the Catastrophe Canyon,
yeah.
But I just feel that everything else about it is really dated. I think they need to
if they're
give it a makeover.
If they're gonna keep going with it, they should probably get some new movie props because a lot of the movies are old movies.
Really old.
So you can imagine as the audience grows up, the understanding of what the movies were, they're gonna be like, I've never heard of that movie before.
Yeah, there were even some that I was like, I have no idea what this is. So I just think that they need to build up the relevance of it. I wonder how long that one actually is actually going to stay at Disneyland Paris though, because they've got rid of it in Florida. Yeah. So we'll watch this space. But yeah.
But yeah, in general, I think Hollywood Studios is quite a good one to go to if you're quite a thrill seeker.
Walt Disney Studios.
Yes, Walt Disney Studios. That's just like dubbing.
Yeah.
But it's a good one to go to if you quite like roller coasters and thrill rides. There aren't too many. I can enjoy all of them in there.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So then in that park again, so still in Walt Disney Studios, who was your favourite character meet and greet?
It's got to be Mickey Mouse, I would say.
Yeah, Mickey was good. We only met a couple there actually.
Yeah, it was Mickey and Goofy. Goofy kind of pied me off a little bit. So I haven't forgiven him.
Yeah, Goofy.
There's a picture of him basically with his hand in my face.
Yeah, we might be able to insert that actually. Yeah. So again, if I can work that technology, we'll insert it somewhere around here. Yeah, I think Mickey Mouse as well actually, which quite nicely brings us on to talking about Line Bertie. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yep.
So this is an app which you download, and it's the only way that you can meet some of the Disney characters. Now I think it's only in the Walt Disney Studios at the moment, and it was only for certain characters. So when we were there, it was for Buzz Lightyear and for Mickey Mouse. Yeah. I don't think it was for any of the others, or not that we saw anyway. There's probably options, they changed the characters around.
I think there was a few other options, like there might have been a Woody one at the back.
Oh, there might have been Woody as well actually, yeah,
but
you're right.
The two that we saw at the front of the park, they were definitely on there.
Yeah. Well, when you said, I think the two that were in there, they have their own like designated character meet and greet spots, as opposed to when you first come into the park, there's sort of just some characters that randomly come out and they've just got an attendant and you never know who it's going to be or what times. They don't have this Line Bertie app, but the ones who, as I say, have their more like standalone area did. Yeah. So I think the concept of this is really good. It stops there from being mass queues, and it also gives a capacity to the number of people who can get into a line, so you can sort of guarantee that you are going to see a character. Because I think sometimes you can get into a queue, be in it for a while, and then, you know, Donald Duck's got to go call Daisy, or Pluto needs to go for a bath, or, you know, something like that, and then it means that you've stood there for a while and you could have missed out on seeing the character and wasted a bit of time. So I think from that perspective it's really good, but the app itself is a little bit clunky. Yeah,
I don't know if it's because so many people log on at the same time to try getting in, but the first time we tried to do it we failed miserably, didn't we? We just didn't get anywhere near, and it was only the second time on the second day when we actually managed to get it sorted. And then but by the time we booked to get into Mickey Mouse, the ones for Buzz Lightyear had gone. Yeah,
so you have to be in a certain radius of the meet and greet point.
Oh yeah, of course, that was another issue, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
so there's that as one thing. And then, yeah, as you say, I think if there's lots of people trying to log on at the same time, if you're trying to do it over Disney Wi-Fi, which at the end we just gave up because we're both on plans where it's included, we've got free roaming inside of Europe, so we gave up on the Disney Wi-Fi and just used our own data. So once you've got past those, then yeah, it's just a bit clunky, isn't it? And I mean, we did manage to get the Mickey Mouse, but it was for like 2.5 hours later, and we were on there pretty much bang on when the Line Bertie opened. I think it was 9 o'clock. It's after Extra Magic time, and it starts as soon as just, you know, the general public can come in, which is fair enough, because otherwise, you know, they would be taken by all the Extra Magic time people. But yeah, we were like something like 214th in line.
Yeah, it was definitely in the 200s.
Yeah, so then you just get this little ticket, but, you know, digital ticket. One piece of advice I would give is take a screenshot of that digital ticket, because we did do that. I don't know, I think that if we hadn't, because sometimes when we went back onto the app, it sort of disappeared, or it just wouldn't refresh, or yeah, it was just, as I say, it was a bit of a clunky app. So I think the concept's really good. I think they probably just need to build on the technology a little bit. But yeah, we could then go off and do other things. It had a little bit of a countdown as to like expected how long until we were going to be seen. So I think it was about 2.5 hours that we were waiting, but we were off doing other things, so that was fine. And then when it got to our time, I think we got a text message, or it beeped, it did something.
Yeah, it says now your time to join the queue. So you still have to go and join the queue, but the queue was what, 15 minutes when you were in it.
Yeah, it's a much smaller queue.
But yeah, you have a virtual queue, which then goes, now time to go and join the queue.
Yeah, but as I say, it's much shorter, much more manageable. I think it's a really good system. I think it's a really good idea. Yeah,
I think if they just sort the app out a little bit, it'd be perfect.
Yes. Okay, so that was Hollywood Studios. No, now I'm doing
Disney
it.
Studios.
That was Walt Disney Studios. Now going over to the Disney park. So in the Disney park, what do you think was your favourite ride?
Oh.
This is a tough one.
It's probably got to be Big Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Big Thunder Mountain was epic. We rode that 2-3 times.
Yeah.
I think the best time to ride it, if you get the chance to, is at night. There's something really cool about going on that ride at night.
I think it's because you can't see the twists and turns coming.
Yeah. Yeah, we, as we showed in our vlogs, we were a little bit sneaky and waited for everybody else to go ahead of us just as they were closing the ride.
We're not sad at all.
Yeah, no, because we wanted to be on the last ride of the night, and so we let all these people go past us. People were probably like, what are you doing? But yeah, we waited and got on the very last train, and as we were going round, the fireworks were going off outside the castle. It was really cool. So if you get the chance to do that, definitely recommend. For me, my favourite ride was actually Space Mountain, I think.
Yeah.
Space Mountain was really, really good.
Yeah.
Just the theming, I really liked, actually, it sounds a bit weird, but I liked the harnesses. You know, where they sort of had a little bit of, not giving them, but they were a little bit more springy, so you didn't...
Yeah, you had the solid harness in you, and you had like a rubber inset.
Yeah.
That basically allowed you to go to and from.
Yeah, but it just sort of gives you a little bit more support, so I found like I was a bit more protected and not being thrown around all over the place, unlike Rock and Roller Coaster, which is quite like jolty.
Yeah, what I do recommend though is not try to look around as you're going around some of the bends, because I banged my head off of the harness quite a few times.
Yeah. If
you look one way and you get thrown the other, you just don't see it coming, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
But if you just keep your head back and just enjoy, it's all good.
Yeah. Great ride though. Great ride.
And if you're a Star Wars fan,
yeah, it's a really good overlay, isn't it? Yeah, so there are our favourites. Any close seconds?
Obviously, I really like Rock and Roller Coaster, but that's obviously
different
in the park. I know. But close seconds in there, got to give an honourable shout out to Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. Yeah.
It may have caused an argument, kinda, nearly. Some of the guns are broken.
Yeah.
As my lovely girlfriend here eventually found out, to her dismay, but the first time it definitely wasn't because my gun was broken.
Yeah. I think that is probably a close second, yeah.
It's good fun, you know.
When your guns work.
Yeah, when your guns work and it's a fair and competitive go around, is actually really fun, because we actually in the end we were about, the one way it did work, we were about 100 different ones.
Yeah, we weren't that much different.
Mainly because we were trying to stop each other from shooting the targets.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I think you're right. I think that probably would be my joint second. I'm just trying to think. No, I think that would be my joint second. Okay, so now then coming on to least favourite ride in Disneyland Park. Mine's really easy. Hands down, Snow White. Hate that ride. Petrified. Just, I talk about it a lot in the vlog, so I'm not gonna like go over it again. But yeah, I just, ever since I was little, I just really didn't like it, and I still don't like it. But not just because it does scare me, I also just don't really get it. It's so like fast moving from one part of the story to the next, and I don't know, just to me, 1 second during this dark, horrible wood, and the witch woman is outside and like jumping out at you, and in the next it's like, oh, happy. Well, to me she like flings open the door and she's right in your face.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And then the next bit, it's like the end, and you're like, oh yay, and Snow White is
and
on the horse
traumatized
with it. Yeah. So, and then to make it worse, they have Pinocchio, which is basically the same ride but just with a different overlay. We didn't go on that, unfortunately. The queues were too long. I was really sad, but you know, that's one of those things. So what's your least favourite?
I say it would be an easy one to say Small World, but I actually genuinely quite enjoyed Small World.
He loved it.
That song's too catchy. But no, I don't. Least favourite? What didn't I really enjoy? No, I enjoyed Indiana Jones. That was good.
Oh yeah, that one was good as well.
Bit old, but
yeah,
it goes upside down. I was happy.
Yeah.
I say I enjoyed them all. I didn't really get off on like, even Casey Jr.
No, really.
Genuinely, that went a lot faster than I was expecting. Yeah. So.
And getting the backward seat, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Okay, well no, that's fair.
If you're going to say like least favourite, but still good, probably was Small World, but mainly because of the annoying song that gets stuck in your head for about 4 hours afterwards.
Yeah, that's fair. Still would go on it though.
Yeah, go on it. I recommend going on it, but
Yeah.
just maybe earplugs.
Yeah. Okay, and this one is going to be a really easy one for you. Who was your favourite meet and greet in the Disneyland Park?
Oh, it's got to be Darth Vader. It's got to be that, but mainly for this one's reaction.
Yeah.
I still laugh about it now. I watched the video back the other week and was still cracking up.
I really do wish, I mean, part of me wishes, part of me doesn't, but I do wish we'd have had that on film because I think it would have been really funny. When we go to Florida in a couple of months' time, here's it, Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. And Darth Vader is there as well.
And Darth Vader, apparently we can see at Hollywood Studios. So I'm thinking, probably for entertainment purposes, we might queue up and meet him, but he was like...
It's going to give you months and months of pleasure.
Oh, that was... oh, that... yeah, no. My favourite was Pluto. I love Pluto. I think he is one of my favourite characters, and just the interaction with him was great. He was quite hyper Pluto. We got some really good pictures, really good cast member who just took a load of pictures. They took a good amount of time with us, and he was just tucked away, like down this little side
just
alley.
A little sign up that said he was showing up in like
5 to 10 minutes.
Like 1 o'clock or whenever it was, and people just started queuing there all of a sudden out of nowhere, and he came.
Yeah.
We were only about what, 4 or 5 into the queue.
Yeah, we were. It was yeah, just quite a chilled one, off the beaten track, and yeah, it was just nice, wasn't it?
I mean, I know, honourable mention to Donald Duck. I quite enjoyed Donald Duck.
Oh yeah.
At the front.
Yeah, Donald Duck was really good because.
But the queue for there is a lot bigger because it's on Main Street or just before.
Yeah, and when you have your picture taken with Donald, you are right in front of the castle, so you get some really cool photos. But yeah, it does make him very popular. Okay, so then. Thinking about both of the parks now, what, if anything, do you think we missed about the holiday? Was there anything that we were upset that we missed?
I think there was one I know you're upset about missing, but that wasn't any of our fault. It was just under maintenance.
Yeah.
For me, I felt like I did everything I wanted to do, so I was happy. Yeah. Well planned. I've got the best planner in the world going on.
For me, yeah, the only one thing that I wish we could have done, but we couldn't because it was closed for maintenance, was Peter Pan. Peter Pan is probably one of my all-time favourite rides. Just absolutely love it. Have done ever since I was little, and yeah, it just has a lot of good memories for me. So yeah, but it was closed for maintenance. There were like rumblings of it could have been open for the last day of our trip, but I actually think
it was open literally 4 or 5 days after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Basically, once they'd finished doing
it's like painting or
the Halloween overlay of like the
park.
Yeah. By the time they'd done that, then that was almost like that was the next thing to be then opened.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I think considering, you know, because it was quite busy, considering all of that, I think we've pretty much gotten everything.
And the fast passes worked really well.
Yeah, they did. Okay, so talking about fast passes, that was the next thing that I wanted us to talk about. So, fast pass system in Disneyland Paris. The battery's about to run out.
Oh no.
So, fast pass system in Disneyland Paris is a bit different to, or very different to Florida. It's like old school Florida, so they're paper tickets. You physically have to go up to the rides and you scan your park ticket, and then off of the back of that you get a little ticket that pops out that's got a time to which you go back and ride the rides.
Normally the fast, it is just called fast pass there, so isn't it? And I'm not going to annoy people with the wrong name again.
No, fast
but they're normally not quite at the entrance of the ride, they're normally off just to the side. So Tower of Terror was to the right hand side of the main entrance. We walked around Tower of Terror, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, because we went the wrong way.
But that's when we first got there, so that's our defence. And then Buzz Lightyear was to the left hand side, or was that to the right as well?
That was to the right as well. But yeah, they're just sort of offset to the side of the entrance usually. I think that this has positives and negatives to it. I think that probably for me, it just feels a bit backwards in technology. I think having
you have to go there to do it.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a time waster, I think, because on busy days you might go over, want to get a fast pass, but you find that you scan it and it says that the next fast pass isn't for like 4, 5, 6 hours time. That's okay, but it means that then you haven't got access to any other fast passes because you can only do one at a time, and you have to wait until the time of that fast pass to then be able to get other ones. I think we found that a few of the fast passes ran out pretty quickly. So Big Thunder Mountain, we did manage to get 1 or 2, but actually that was one that went really, really quickly. But then the overall system itself worked really well. But
I love it as a system, but yeah, it probably needs to be tweaked to maybe upgrade it to what Florida does with mobile fast passes, because like you say, you can walk to a ride and you can realise, oh no, the fast pass is not until 6, you don't want to go for that, so you then walk to a ride that you've just come from and go to fast pass that and realise that the next 2 hours have just disappeared.
Yeah, so it does take up a bit of time, but as you say, the system itself is great. Did save us a lot of time, especially on
Saturday was ridiculously busy, but we still got to do everything we wanted to do. I mean, we went back to the hotel for a little bit as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, but we still got 2 or 3, 4 fast passes that day. So it is a really good system. The fact that it's free and included in your park ticket is great. In England, we just don't have that. You have to pay an extortionate amounts. Is it
£75 at Thorpe Park for their express all day?
It's crazy. So really good feature. I really do love it. It's just the fact that this is getting a little bit old-fashioned, and I think it could do with a bit of an upgrade. And it would be good if they had it on more rides.
Yes.
I think that'd be the next thing.
Crash's Coaster.
Yeah, Crash's Coaster. That brings us to the end of part 3 of our Disneyland Paris review. Yeah, I think overall it was a really, really good trip. I think we really enjoyed it. Yes, it was a little bit busier than we thought it was going to be, but we still...
You can't predict these things, I don't think. I think you could pick any kind of weekend. You might get there on a weekend and be like, ah, it's actually really good, but most weekends, I'd imagine.
Although it was a bit busier than we planned, it didn't ruin the holiday. We got on everything that we wanted to. We made the most of the extra magic time. We met a load of characters. We ate some nice food. And as you say, the bonus is the fact that it's only about 2.5 hours away for us. So we can sort of pop over there. And if we don't get everything done, then we could go back another time. This isn't... Maybe. This isn't a sort of once in a blue moon kind of trip where we felt like if we didn't get anything done, then there wasn't the option to go back for a while because of, you know, time commitments, travel wise. We can just take maybe a day off of work and be able to go for the whole weekend. So we are very, very lucky in that respect. So, Dean, do you think that we'll go back?
Yeah, maybe.
For me, it would be...
I'm not committing to anything.
Yeah, sneaky like that. Yeah, for me it's a definite yes.
Probably.
And if we do, I'd like to stay at the Newport Bay.
Yeah, it was very nice when we popped in there for a drink.
Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this series, and stay tuned because we will have Disney World Florida vlogs that are going to be starting in May. In the meantime, there'll be a few more vlogs from us, but yeah, the main ones will start come May. So yeah,
we may even decide to show the world Berlin or Budapest.
Yeah, maybe. We've got some other vlogs, but they're just sort of sitting in the archives waiting to be edited. So yeah, we don't know, we might put them up. But thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit like or subscribe to our channel, and we will be back again soon. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.